welcome to Meanwhile in the Falklands from FITV. I'm very sorry, first of all, listener, because we didn't do this on Friday because we had massive wall-to-wall meetings in the afternoon, didn't we?
Oh,
but anyway, I'm here
makes
with...
it sound very important, doesn't it? A bit corporate.
Yes. So Hannah's here.
Hello.
And Ollie's here.
Hello.
So coming up on this podcast, yes, I'm going to do some teasers. We talked to a legendary gardener. Well, we didn't. We're going to tell you about our conversation we had with the legendary gardener. There's some sporting news, that's especially for you, Stephen. I hope you're still listening to us and you're out there. We're going to talk about Ollie's massive marrow.
That's already got some giggles already.
Yeah, well, you can all giggle about that. And other things that happened last week. But anyway, we were in Brighton early this morning, 7:15, because we are a proper news...
Bleary-eyed.
Proper news
That's why
story.
we're all in our casual hoodies and...
Yeah, what we need to do is if Penguin News or Falklands Radio are listening to this, we need to sort of say, well, we were here at 7:15 this morning talking about news. So that's all got the wind up them thinking that they've missed out on something important that happened at 7:15 this morning.
It's a very rare time of...
7:15 this morning.
It's a very rare time of day for me, that, at 7, so...
Anyway, Catherine, just in case Catherine's parents are listening, Catherine has gone up to MPA to interview the commander of the British Forces with another legend, Richard Cockwell.
Top legend.
Richard Cockwell, OBE.
How do I go about getting one?
There you go. Yeah.
Indeed. I've just invited the governor and his wife to the Pride event that's happening at the end of March. And
You're hoping for your own one.
No, I'm aiming for a damehood. So I've got everybody, I take them all backstage, all the performers, and I go, you do not look at him, you don't talk to him, you don't touch him, you don't even acknowledge that he's in the room, because he's just sitting at the back taking...
What's it, Dame Edna?
I will be.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
me, Dame Paula.
Dame Paul, I like it. Good ring.
Anyway, I wasn't here most of last week because I was over in Darwin, and there was the most amazing weather. One of the evenings we were just walking back from the corral, and Hazel said, "Oh, look behind you," and there's this. Honestly, it looked like the end of the world. It was because the sun was just setting. It was sort of that orangey, reddish, orangey glow, but there was also a massive rainstorm coming. So it was like brown and black. Honestly, it was the end of the world. I was like that woman on Twister going, "Get inside, everybody inside!" Because it was serious weather. And then this absolutely gorgeous rainbow against an orange background. It was phenomenal.
Sorry, speaking of gorgeous, I don't know how appropriate this is, but I had a phone call from my mum last week, and it made me laugh. And Mum, if you're listening, I'm going to mention this. Going, "Oh, Hannah, you must watch this new Italian drama series. There's a terribly handsome young Italian actor that you must see." And I was like, "Okay, Mum, what on earth?" And she was trying to get his name right. His name's something like Giulio Galambert.
Oh, yes.
But it's based in this place called Puglio in Italy, and we normally go on holiday to Lake Como most years. But obviously with COVID and stuff, we haven't. And she was like, "Oh, Hannah, I found the man of your dreams. You must Google him. You must get him up." So if anyone knows who I'm talking about, I'll find a picture actually and put it on the YouTube.
One that's,
podcast, yeah.
One that's obviously
copyright free. But this man is terribly handsome. There we go. Gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
Tell us about your gorgeous marrow.
That seems inappropriate for all the smuttiness in the room. Let's move on to your marrow, Ollie.
That's a very good link. That's probably the best link I've ever seen. So it was the horticultural show, which was great, big fan.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely loved it. And so we were there, I was there more of just observing the horticultural show while the rest of the team were filming it. And then the FITV team left, leaving me with an auction. Now, as you know, I do like a good old bargain. And I ended up spending £41, quite a lot, sorry Dad, on this auction, and I ended up buying a massive hamper of vegetables and yellow aubergines. I think it's a yellow aubergine. Some grapes that have seeds in them.
Can I put a disclaimer in? Ollie doesn't know how to cook. He just eats brown food normally, so I don't really understand what on earth you're going to flog them, sell them for more money. There we go.
Well, no, but I mean, I do know how to cook, but I don't know how to all this weird and wonderful vegetables. That was a bit out of my league.
Marrow is weird and wonderful.
Well, yeah, but this is the thing. This marrow, I looked at it. I need to take a picture. It's huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I going to do with this?
No, so Ollie put this on the group production meeting chat last night, on the FITV production meeting messengers group, saying what to do. And I remember my dad making. It was with the spaghetti. He used to grow spaghetti marrows, and he used to do that with some mince in the middle and bake it, and it's absolutely delicious.
But
so,
the thing was as well, I thought I was just buying a handful of grapes and some like potatoes. I'm fine with that.
For 41 quid.
Well, no, but I had 2 boxes because
right.
I was really getting involved with the auction.
Okay.
So I got 2 boxes. I didn't realise there was a marrow inside. So as soon as I picked up the box, I was like, oh, this is quite heavy. And then I looked inside, I was like, oh God, well, what have I got here? I've got a huge marrow. So I need to sort out that. So if you've got any advice, listener,
stuffed marrow is always good.
On how to cook it,
Stuffed with mincemeat and cheeses.
I think that's the way to go.
All sorts.
So it was the horticultural show yesterday. So if you're listening in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll be going, what? Of course, it's coming to the end of our summer now, going into autumn, so harvest time. So all the berries were there. Not as many vegetables and fruits.
Although there was
normally
massive broccoli. Did you see the big broccoli and the big cauliflower? I've never seen one so big.
Yeah. So those gardeners out in the Northern Hemisphere, we don't really have carrot fly here or any of the kind of pests that you're normally like the white cabbage butterfly thing.
Aphids and stuff on them.
Yeah, you do. But I mean, I tried to grow cauliflowers and cabbages, any kind of brassicas, a few years ago. When I was in the UK, so it's over 10 years ago, and they just get demolished, absolutely demolished by the.
You had some great tomatoes though earlier on last year.
Yeah, I
stopped
tomato
doing
plants
that
were
good.
We haven't really got a polytunnel or anything outside. So they've got to be in the conservatory, and it's just like a jungle when people are getting in. You know, they open the door. And
you can use FITV's one. FITV's got a polytunnel. Use that for
See,
future.
I think that you can taste the difference between veg that's been grown in a polytunnel and veg that's been grown outside.
Ooh,
me and lovely Clara Mackay were having that debate, that you can taste the difference, because obviously when it's outside, I think it absorbs more of the...
I reckon we should do a piece with like 2 boxes, blindfold, and just eat one. Yeah, which one do you reckon?
So Hannah just mentioned Clara Mackay there. She is an absolute legend, that woman. She's 97 years old. No, she's 97 because she told me. So unless she's messed up.
Maybe. Ooh.
No, she told me when I was chatting to her, was the police turned up, and I said, are you going to arrest her for not putting any cherries in the horticultural show this year? Because apparently she was saying all her cherries were far too early this year, so she couldn't put those in. But she did put, I saw she'd put raspberries in.
She had some jams as well.
Okay.
A load of jams and... Did she have any eggs? No. Jams and little pot plants and things. She put loads of stuff in it. And I think she was saying she'd done over 20 categories or something. Do you know, mad?
She's a legend.
Have you ever had... I've got this random jar in the corner of this box, and it's diddle-dee jelly.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
I've never had it before.
I bought my mum some diddle-dee jam when I first got here, and she absolutely hated it.
Oh, right, okay.
Sorry, Mum, I'm throwing you under the bus here. But it was very like
sour.
Yeah, sour.
taste.
And she was like, "What on earth is that?" And had a bit, and then just chucked it. Not a fan of it.
No, diddle-dee is
I've never tried it.
Jam is quite sour.
Tea breeze, on the other hand.
Well, I'll come to that in a minute. But diddle-dee, I think you have it like you would have cranberry sauce and stuff like that.
Oh,
you have it with meat and stuff.
Somebody will probably correct me on that, but I think that's where you have it more.
I was going to make some toast and whack it on and see how we go.
See what happens.
I could bring it in the office. And I got some pansies as well that I need to bring in here because they'll die straight. Exactly, they'll die straight away.
Pansies are lovely.
£41 for a box of pansies. That's how much I spent for Ollie's dad.
So pansies. Here's an interesting thing. Pansies comes from the French "penser," to think. My favourite flower.
Did you see the most amazing cake though? The pansy cake.
Yes.
Was it? It was pansy, wasn't it? Or was it geranium?
It looked like no.
This woman has made this cake that looked exactly like a pot of pansies.
Yeah. It'll be in the programme this week, listener to it, so watch out.
Even the petals were sugar crafted and stuff.
Week 5, 2, 3, have a look. She even had like
soil. She'd made soil out something.
Globules of
raindroppy things.
Was it glittering?
Yeah.
Because they also had a cheeseburger cake. That was, did you
I
see
saw
that?
Yeah,
I was trying to bid on that because just for the novelty of it. But yeah, I lost out
There
on
were
that one.
there were 4 watermelons that had been carved
Oh.
absolutely beautifully. Don't get me wrong, absolutely gorgeous carving, and very talented people who did it. But I was standing next to a local who just took one look and went, "What a waste!" Because a watermelon is about 20 quid.
Ah.
So,
yeah, but obviously they were from the military base, weren't they? Because they have
like watermelon.
endless
calories.
supplies of watermelon.
But did you also try the pumpkin way? Do you know where you have to guess you in a box?
No.
I gave that a go. So I was on gardening.com and apparently you can work out the estimated weight. Totally.
So you went in with game, did you?
Well, I tried it.
Did you win?
No, I lost horrendously. That's the thing. Whereas the guy next to me, Colin Summers, was like, "Yeah, you don't need any of that." He just picked it up and then made his note on it and he won it. So I was like, you don't really need. He knows a lot
Pumpkin
about
soup for a long time there, Colin. Get it in the freezer.
Where were there? I was there trying to measure it, put it up and all its circumference and all that, and it kind of messed up. But yeah, no, it was gardening.com. I would not recommend.
Okay, yeah, little plug there. I went tea-bray picking for the very first time I've been down here.
I can't believe it's the first time you've been.
I've never been tea-bray picking before.
Lovely.
Hazel wanted to go tea-bray picking. We've been keeping an eye on social media. 2 or 3 people have said they've been out tea-bray picking. So we spoke to Tiff, who gave us a tip on where to go. I'm not going to tell you where, listener, because it's closely guarded secrets. And then we went out tea-bray picking.
What are you going to do with them?
We're going to chuck them in some buns.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Best
Tea-bray, or you can make tea-bray cheesecake.
Yeah, I think we'll go for the buns because we can put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
That's it. But anyway, we went out there picking because obviously you're the tallest thing out there because it's so flat.
Shrubby.
And then the first flash of lightning came, and I went,
Yep.
Hazel, we're getting out of here.
See ya.
Oh no, it'll be fine. There's no. Let's get out of here because it's raining. We're going to get struck by lightning. Tea-bray picking, and that's what's going to be the
end of us.
headline in the Penguin News next week.
Your first ever time at tea-bray picking, and then
Tea-bray picking,
get
and I'm struck by lightning. Yeah. Actually, we ought to have a look this morning to see if there's been any fires started, because obviously, listener, here in the Falklands, our soil is mostly peat, which burns for quite some time, and quite a lot of campfires get started with.
Although with the rain that it is at the moment, I would have thought it would all be.
Well, hopefully.
Although saying that, on Sunday, right, there was the whole line of fire engines, the blue flashing lights and everything along this road here, along the bypass road.
What for?
This is the thing. So I was like, oh, this is exciting. So obviously I was following along, zooming down in my new car. And I thought, oh, this might be quite, it might be a fire down at Cape Pembroke or something.
Yeah,
They were doing training at the little thing, so I sat there. I was like, I wasted so much time.
We've been there. We've been there.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah, exactly.
Tom, do you remember Tom and you went out to film something and left Katie and me in the office, and then Tom rang me and said, we've just seen a load of blue lights going down towards fire gas. Yeah. So Katie and I got in the car and chased down there to see what it was. It was a bloody training exercise. Whoops, said a mustard word there. Have to beat that one out. Anyway, other exciting news from last week, because obviously watching the programme, is the fact that the swimming pool might be almost finished. So you went along to that, didn't you?
Yes, me, Catherine and Tom went along to that. It was quite exciting. Now, obviously, when I've been here, it's never been opened. So.
Oh, really?
You've not even swum in the Falklands yet.
No,
you haven't full stop.
You
haven't done the midwinter swim, so wait. He hasn't swum in the Falklands.
I fell into the water. I fell into the water once at the Lady Elizabeth. That was the highlight of my swimming here.
So you haven't swum in over a year.
True. Yeah, I need to get my armbands on.
Sounds like Ollie's going to be the first one in the pool.
So what did it look
like? Oh yeah, that'd be epic.
What did it look like?
No, it was. I mean, obviously there's no water in there, because I expected to dive in straight away. But no, it was interesting because we were putting down the first tiles.
Okay.
So that was absolutely amazing, because now whenever I go to the swimming pool, I can look at that tile and be like, I put that on.
I'm going to say this. I actually spoke to, I won't say who I spoke to, but someone came in. A source told me that apparently they had to take all those tiles off and relay them. It was just a trickery for the camera.
Oh, my one
they
effort.
Were like, yeah, we had to relay them.
Sorry,
so
that photo that appeared on our Facebook page, were you actually in the swimming pool?
Yes, that was actually physically in there.
Oh, okay.
So we had myself in the swimming pool, Tom floating around at the top, getting all like because it had all the slides, not the slides, the ladders and things like that, all in there, perfect polystyrene and ready to put in there. And then obviously Catherine was interviewed.
How did you get into the swimming pool?
We had to kind of
jump.
Yeah. There was a diving board, and we went straight. No, there was like a step ladder, so we went on the step ladder.
Okay.
But it was quite amazing, obviously, because Paula, you've done a really big piece on it before. I've followed it through. Whereas obviously for myself, I've only just arrived. I mean, in terms of I've only been here a year, so I don't really know much about it.
Paula's pool piece.
Yeah.
This is one of Paula's.
The pool piece, yes. So, interestingly enough, the foundation stone for the swimming pool was laid in something like 1933 or 1927 or something like that, and then it was opened by David Wilkie in 1993, or something along those lines. So it's always been plagued by problems, I think, and it was shut down to have refurb done. There was a scathing Public Accounts Committee report into it, because what had happened is an expert had come down from the UK and basically said, you can do this and it will take, if you do this, you'll be good to go for 20 years, it'll take about 6 to 8 weeks and you'll be sorted. And someone along the way went, nah, we're going to stick a GRP lining in it, and then just problems. And they've now put tiles back on.
Apparently there's similar problems with the MPA swimming pool, NPC swimming pool. Yeah, they're having problems with theirs as well.
Yeah, so we'll leave that there. But interestingly enough, when it's Farmers Week, so all the farmers, so beginning in July, so it's all our winter, they have a massive week-long of events for farmers, and they all come into town, and they have like biosecurity briefings and how to put out fires and stuff like that. And we sometimes have the children from the camp education come and visit us here in FITV studios. So when I saw them later on in the week, I sort of said, what's been your highlight of the week? Expecting them to say, visiting the TV studio, because isn't that exciting?
Absolutely.
No, going swimming.
Oh.
Because they don't get the chance to do it out in camp. So there was a little girl who had just learned to swim and had swam for the first time without armbands. She was so pleased.
But the Island Games, for example, we had Falkland Islands had a really good swimming club, and obviously they haven't had a chance to train at all.
I don't know if they'll even go in for it.
Well,
I don't know what will happen, because where are they going to practice? Short of going in the sea in a wetsuit, which is just totally different.
It's very difficult, because what happened, it's usually youngsters who are in the swimming team. It's mostly young people, and they're in the swimming team, and then they go off to college, and it's very difficult for them to keep up with the swimming training when they're in the UK. So unfortunately, that's how it goes here.
I mean, at the moment, we can stick with the jacuzzi. I've been swimming in the jacuzzi. That counts as a bit, so we can stick with that.
I quite like
so
swimming.
Totally
Maybe we should do an FITV swim team.
You've appeared on swimming.
Oh, God.
You did a piece on
that,
yeah.
I got roped into that.
That is going in our on YouTube
not.
channel.
That was good.
A peer pressure piece.
That was an awesome piece. That was great.
Thomas was doing something and
I was like, Hannah, you're getting in the swimming pool now. I was like, I don't want to do this. I like swimming, just not being filmed swimming.
From every angle.
From every angle with a GoPro.
So not the only sporting events on this week. What's happening with bowls, Ollie?
Oh, it's the epic National Bowls Championship for the second year, which is awesome. I'm also entered in it, so I need to win.
You bring
my
the
games.
average age of that club down significantly, don't you?
Are you the youngest player?
Yes, quite by a margin. Although there are a few new people coming in, which is great. Bit older than me, but yes, still good. I don't know, I just enjoy it, but it is the national championships, and we are getting really competitive.
You've got like joggy bottoms with it on and everything.
I've got the full kit. Yeah, so for the listener, we have like a full kit because the chairman's really into looking good and looking professional when you walk up and play. So yeah, we've got a full kit which cost a bomb, which was all right. But yeah, at the moment we're halfway through.
Old men on a lawn, like lawn bowls with the white trousers and the white polo.
No, not even trousers, slacks.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting actually, because at the moment it is indoor bowls, and now we've got new mats. And the plan will be in the future is to have an outdoor lawn bowls.
Thing. Too windy for, actually, I guess they're quite heavy enough.
They're quite heavy, yeah. And the idea of the plan is near the golf club or
brilliant.
near the racing course.
And will they use real grass, or will they go
artificial
to go for fake
grass?
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to convince Hannah to go along and give it a whirl.
I've switched off. As soon as the word bowls comes into a conversation, I'm out. I've checked out already.
One day.
So this week we've also, Catherine and I are in full rehearsal. Somebody spelled rehearsal wrong. Full rehearsals on Tuesday and Thursday.
I did think that when I saw that, I was like,
Got an E in there. So we've got full rehearsals for the Pride show. I thought we might be the only Pride going this year, but apparently London have decided to plan theirs for September, I think, August or September.
How is it going? Can you give us a sort of an exclusive on because obviously me and Hannah are not filming it, but how's the rehearsal going? Any exclusive for the podcast?
No.
Oh right.
I might put a little bit of them doing some rehearsing. It's what I like, and I like this of the May Ball, as you know, Hannah, is when you go to rehearsals for the May Ball, and at the start everyone's in trainers and jeans and trainers and stuff, and then you get to a certain point where they have to put
their nice heels
on. So what you've got is these 3 or 4 blokes who are pretty hefty blokes at the rehearsals in their jeans and t-shirts, and then they come in and they stick these huge glittery sparkly heels on to do the dancing in. It's very funny.
What is the history of Pride?
Here.
Generally, why did it start? How did the day start?
I have
Do you know
no
all the
idea. You'll have to Wikipedia that. I can tell you
know who
here.
would know? Kyle would know.
Kyle would know, yeah.
Julie Clark, who ran Bittersweet with her partner, she started some regular sort of Pride events there, and then they just grew and grew. And of course, then Julie left and went to Canada. So at that point, we had done a couple of drag shows in Bittersweet. So, and we were all part and parcel of FIODA, the drama group. So it was only like a little step to say, right, let's whack it all up to the town hall and have a big, massive, proper stage show, and that's what we've got. And I think what's interesting is that people who come and you go, oh, there's going to be a drag show, and you think, because this is such a small place, you think it's some bloke in a charity shop dress and a cheap £2 wig, and not willing to shave his beard off, standing up and lip singing to something. It is so totally far from that.
Yeah. A lot of time and effort and money goes into it.
A lot of time, effort and money.
Yeah.
Well, it's your final one, wouldn't it, to be organised?
My final one here for a little while, certainly for 4 years.
And it was sold out as well, which is
sold
in 2 hours.
Yeah, just over 48 hours.
Which is great. I mean, but how does it work? Because I didn't go to the last one last year.
We didn't have one last year.
It was the quiz, wasn't it?
Yeah, the last one we had was 2019.
This has been my first one as well to film. But I mean, what can people expect going to this? Is it more of just a dance, is it? Or is there
they can expect to get wet, because there will be
phone party!
There will be things sprayed into the audience.
Right.
They can expect to be incredibly rude and incredibly, if you're
abhorred,
not used to that kind of thing, you're gonna be insulted. Not insulted. What's the word?
Taken aback.
No, what's it called? Right, I can't remember the word, but anyway, it's like that. You got to be. I'm gonna have to write, I think, some little notes saying
disclaimer.
Yeah, just be aware. Although somebody who is in the show said, you don't turn up to a drag show and expect it to be all sort of like kittens and ponies.
And it's over 18, so
it's over 18s only. So what do you expect? So yes, it is incredible. It's certainly not for little ears.
No, it should be quite exciting to watch and observe as well, and to
and
film, I guess.
Was there not one last year?
No, because we were away and then COVID happened.
It was the quiz, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we did the quiz. Sorry, we did the Christmas quiz in 2019. You hadn't been there long.
Yeah, that was
we did the Christmas drag extravaganza Christmas quiz. And then we did plan a drag show.
You know why I feel there was one last year? Because you did the cinema thing.
I did the cinema.
That was it, and I felt like it was, that makes sense.
Well, that's why we did that.
Yeah.
So we didn't have time to do it because I didn't get back to here until July, did I? June or July. And then it was just too late, and we hadn't ordered anything. And
Drag Doc 2.
But there is a buffet on, isn't there, at the Malvina at the same time?
Yeah, the Malvina House Hotel have organised it, but they've sold out, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's a buffet going on just before.
There's a lot of people who are wandering around who every so often ring up FITV and go, have you got any tickets left? Well, no, they sold out like that. So sorry.
Even I tried to get a ticket for promotional purposes. If you do a draw.
No, we have no tickets. So 220 tickets have been sold.
Wow.
And that's your lot, basically. That's your lot.
We get in on a freebie.
We do get a freebie because you have access to backstage as well.
Ooh.
Exposés.
Anyway, so that brings us to the end of everything I've got written down here. We're going to get ourselves another coffee, I think.
Yeah.
If you want to watch along, you're looking at week 5 to 3, which will be out on Friday the 5th. Last week was 5 to 2, but we didn't really talk a lot about last week, did we? Not really.
Right.
So, yeah, we will see you next week. Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.